Hello, my sisters. Hello, my brothers. You know who I be, your sister T. Coffee Tea, you can't forget about me. And you know my life's motto. It don't matter not one bit if I know you or you know me. But because we are human beings, because we are creations of God, and because we are sisters and brothers from another father and mother, that is what makes me and you family. Well, how you doing? How you doing? You already know where we at. We're at the Love House. You know, we got everything we need. You ain't nobody wanting nothing up in here, you feel me? So I just wanted to go over a few things with you, and then I wanted to give you a few tips. These are just emergency tips that maybe you want to take out or implement in your life. Remember, all I do is spread it. I don't do nothing about maintaining it or forcing it and regulating it. That's not my job. You feel me? So let's start off by saying, as of today, let's live life differently by making life choices. Are you alive right now? Did you thank God for another day that you have to live and have more abundantly? Did you thank Him with the gratitude and the knowledge of knowing that only He was the one that could do it for you and nobody else? Oh, if you didn't. Oh, if you didn't, let me tell you. Somebody, one of our brothers and sisters, maybe more than one, died last night. They ain't in the land of the living today like me and you are. They can't thank God for another day. Oh, but if you're alive today and you recognize that it's another day, oh, you need to thank God for this day. I want you to become a compulsive shredder. I want you to become a compulsive shredder. Invest into a shredder if you do not currently have one. You need one that's durable. You don't want to get one that can't handle it, and then you got to keep buying shredders because this one stopped working and blah, blah, blah. Invest into you a good shredder. Shred everything. I mean everything that has any of your personal information on it, including purchase receipts for goods and services. This will help you from being wrecked by the dumpster seekers. I was watching a crime show and they were dealing with scammers. And this is one of the things that they said you should do at the end of the show. You should shred anything, because if you just throw it away and they got your name, they got your address, okay? And then there's barcodes that come on things. Those barcodes could have more of your information on it. So you have to be careful, and you must check thy own self before direct thy own self, because it's nobody else's fault if you don't do some self-checking and then you got some self-wrecking going on. You must do you, okay? Don't sit around here and think nobody else gonna jump inside you and be you and do you. You must do you. Here's another tip. Now, this is very important. It was given to me a long time ago, and I do all I can to keep this tip in my life. And I've seen times where it's a good thing to have at least a half tank of gas at all times. Keep your car at a half a tank of gas at all times. You never know when you may have to get in your car for an emergency. But you want to be able to get away from wherever you may be. You need that half of gas to get you on your way. So keep it there. It's an emergency tip, and I think that you should include it in your life. But like I said, you do you, because I'm going to surely do me. Now here's a time management tip for you. Because some people think that time either stops because of what they got going on, and or some people think that they can control time and add more to a day of time more than 24 hours. They are allowing themselves to be deceived because they are not using common sense to know. And they should be old enough as an adult. There's only 24 hours in a day. Time not going to stop because you got going something on and you got to address it, so it's going to wait till you get through. Time is going to continue to go. It's going to continue to go. We are living, if you don't know this or not, in a pre-robotic stage. Listen to me. Think about the Jetsons. Think about if you've seen any movies with robots taking over and being in control. I know of one thing, and this thing, because I have health issues, was important to me to find out. So I thought that I'd pass it along to you because I didn't know it, and I just found out. I'm not to say that you don't know it or somebody else don't know it. So since we are living in a pre-robotic stage, that means that robots are being used as trials to see what all they can get a robot to do. And when the robots step in and be put in positions, they will no longer have humans in those positions. So, right now as I speak to you, like I said, this is something I just found out. There are what they call robotic arms that do surgeries. No longer is it a doctor with his hand. It is a robotic arm. Now, I don't know about you, but I think there's a positive and negative to this situation, especially in my case of why I have health issues today. You see, a doctor, when he opened up my chest to get behind the left breast, there was a tumor the size of a grapefruit sitting right there, 2 inches from my heart. So I had a human that cut me open and damaged me for the rest of my life. Now, I don't know if the robotic arm is more precise and can do better and is better. I don't know how it works. I don't know if the doctor is telling the computer what to. I don't know how it works. I don't know. I don't even know if it's a choice or are there some surgeries you don't have an option of a choice. This is what time is coming to. So be prepared. If the next time you have to have a procedure, whether it be an in and out or you have to be hospitalized, you may have a robotic arm working on you. Hold on 1 minute. Let me take a sip of water. The next thing I want to talk to you about, it's time to get organized and stay in that way. Being organized and having a different plan for each new day of life will assist you in enjoying life better. Oh, yes, it will. You want to know why? I'll show you. It's almost like playing chess. You're staying ahead of your opponent. So therefore, in life, you can't just go through life not knowing what you're doing and not knowing what to do and how to do what you just can't do it. You gotta have a POA. You got to. A POA is a plan of action. And you need one for your life. You need your life to be directed to some place where you may land that plane. And when you land that plane, what I'm speaking of is the end of your life. So whatever life journey and whatever POA you need to get on doing, before you land that plane, you need to get on it and do it. Okay, another thing on being with time management. Get you a wall calendar. One of them big wall calendars that you get from an office supply store. Get you one. And put it somewhere in your house that you know that every single day you will see it. Every single day. So that you can begin seeing what you have planned for today. Now, since we live in a pre-robotic stage, you have to begin using your telephones as your personal assistant. Meaning, you need to tell, now I got an Apple phone, so I talk to Siri. And he's always cool and good with me. You know, I say thank you. He said my pleasure. And we be cool. I be messing with Siri all the time, saying things to see what this robot gonna say back to me. But anyway, I don't know whatever your phone is programmed to talk to make it do what it's supposed to do as far as reminding you of appointments and setting appointments. But you do. So use whatever source that may be. But for me, like I said, with Apple, I tell Siri, remind me I have a doctor's appointment on November the 20th. And then go on, that's what I do. And then I want you to realize that this will help change your life because you won't forget. See, your mind, you get to a point where you got so much going on, you need to release and not be cluttered with a whole bunch of stuff in your mind. You need your mind to be clear because some of you have to go to work and you have to deal with the transgressions of your coworkers and or your boss. Some of you may have other things that you have to do. You're an entrepreneur. You have your business. You have to run it. You got employees. It is just so much going on. Not to exclude what we got going on with this current administration, but we're going to skip that and go to something else. Now let me give you some safety tips. I would like for you to invest what they call a smart wallet. I hope you can see what this is. It's a smart wallet that holds credit cards. It's a smart wallet. Why, T? What I need one of those for, T? I got kind of little bit, got all this hair up under there. But anyway, the reason why you need to get one of these wallets is this. I was watching a cop show. I told you I watch a lot of TV. And at the end of the show, as he was arresting someone, he had to read them their Miranda rights. So he pulled out one of these wallets to get the Miranda rights card out of the wallet. And that had confirmed to me that I had just done something right. I had purchased the right thing. Because we live in a pre-robotic stage, I know that you have heard. I don't know if you know anybody who have experienced this or went through this, but I know that you have heard this. That there are machines that people can have on them that can tap into and get all your information from your credit cards without even touching you. And all they have to do is be somewhere by you. Remember back in the day, they was talking about the gas pumps. When you use the gas pump, take the receipt. And then make sure you clear it at the gas pump. And then there was ways where they was getting you at the gas pump. If someone was in the parking lot, they was able to scam and still get you. This is why your sister T is talking to you today. Everything that I'm going to be saying to you today is for you to look at it and see if it fits you and then make a decision choice to make a move. You're going to have to do it. But that's what this is all about. So, this wallet here only costs you $14.99. But the wallet looks like that. And what happens is because it's in between these two pieces of metal, it blocks any scammer that try to get any of your banking information or whatever financial card, whether it be a credit card or whatever. But what you need to recognize is that anything that has a financial tie to it, it needs to go in this wallet. You will be able to block people. Imagine being at the airport. See how close you are to people? And you don't know what somebody else doing when they reaching in their backpack and they got the machine and all they got to do is push a certain button. You don't know what you're doing. You're not. See, what you don't understand is we not 24 hours every second of the day being observant of everything and everybody. You can't do that. And the minute you're doing something else and you focus on this, here it is, you at the airport, you focused on getting your trip and getting somebody to get Uber and all this, but you're not paying attention to maybe what somebody else is doing either behind you, next to you, or a couple seats over from you. So what Sister T is telling you, be safe. Start making some changes. Because what you're doing, you're going to get the same result. It's a new year. And today is a new day. Oh, yes, it is. This is a new day. So it was, yeah, whatever happened yesterday happened. We dealing with today. Yes. So invest into that wallet. And let me tell you something else. What they make at truck stops for truckers, they do that so truckers can be safe and secure. Sometimes truckers have to carry money. Sometimes truckers, have credit cards that are open to get fuel and repairs, whatever else they may need on their truck. But the people just try to rob truckers or do whatever they do to truckers, and that is why they have a lot of safety things, a lot of secure ways of doing things, and that's why the truck stop has these things available, and I advise you to get one. Get one. And when I say truck stop, I'm talking about Love's, Pilot, Flying J, those right there where the diesels go. If you ever traveled from the East Coast to the West Coast, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Hold on 1 minute. Now listen, every time I've been down. But listen, nobody, you better hear me on this one. You better hear me on this one. Nobody, and I mean nobody, except God our Father, holds a PhD of life. I hope you just heard what I said. I said nobody but our Father God holds a PhD of life. Nobody. But God and God alone. So it is very important for you to stay open-minded, because you can learn anything from anybody. Nobody, better listen to this, nobody will ever be perfect. It ain't no perfect in man. No, and there'll never be. Nobody will be perfect on this earth that we live. No. We'll always be a WIP, a work in progress. Some have gotten themselves to believe that they don't need God no more because their life is okay. They don't need a relationship with our Father. But I beg to differ. Because if they're not serving my Father God, they serving Satan. And all Satan gonna do as they father is kill them, hinder, and destroy them. Look what's going on in the world and the society. You know some people going through some things. And there's only one person, like I said, that holds not only a PhD in life, but he holds our life of living. Yes. And we need our Father's mercy, His grace, His favor, His unconditional love, and His guidance, due to the fact that He's the only one that holds a PhD of life. Not ourselves, not somebody else, God. So why not why not give your life over to God for Him to lead? I don't know about you. I don't know who you talk to, who you pray to, who you believe in. I don't know about you. I only know about me. And I am not concerned with being changed when it comes to the fact that I need a personal relationship with God. I need that for my spirituality. I don't need it because of nobody else but myself. Our Father God is my all in all. When I'm down, He holds me up. When I need something, He provides, whether I ask Him or not. He keeps me safe. Just last night, me and my family had no harm or danger upon us. Nobody did but God. I wake up today, was able to get dressed, get to shower, see, hear, talk, smell. Because why? Because He's breathing in my nostrils. and giving me life another day. That's why. No other reason. No other reason. Period. No exceptions whatsoever possible with that. Now here's something I want you to be thinking about when someone asks you to do something for them. And or if someone asks you, do you want to go do something? Don't be so quick to commit. Let me say that again. Don't be too quick to commit. You see, because I love helping people, I would just help someone if they asked me. If I knew I can do the thing, I would just say yes and I would help them. Without even asking God and seeking God for his direction on what I should do and not do. Nowadays, I've learned that you pick up battles in life. You see, God our Father said he would give us no more than what we can bear. He did not say he will allow yourself not to put things on you that you are not to bear. Or he will prevent you from being able to put things on you that you cannot prevail. No, that is why you turn your life over to him. That is why. And that is why you seek him first and his kingdom and his righteousness for his name's sake, so that all these other things can be added unto you. You see, sometimes when you do things for people and or do things with people, it may not be the right time. It may not be the right thing. That's why you go to Daddy. Father, Lord, someone asked me to do this. Do I do it, Lord? Is it okay? And then you wait on God to answer you. Now, I personally believe, depending on your relationship with God, you won't have to wait all day. He won't take months and years to answer your question. No, he won't do that. And he will not give you his ear to be able to hear for anything. When you pray to him, he'll be able to hear you. Regardless what you may think. He hears you when you talk to him. And there ain't nothing wrong with God. Not with his hearing and nothing else. There's nothing wrong with him. And sometimes when you do things for people or you do things with someone, it doesn't turn out right. Or it end up leaving a domino effect on your life that now that you did that certain thing or now that you went with that person, you got now this or that going on that you may or may not need to be dealing with or desire to deal with. So just be careful. Once again, do not be quick to commit. Okay? Don't do it. Sometimes people will take your kindness for weakness, and that's not what you want them to do at all. And let me tell you something else. Some of the things are good and bad, like I said, that can happen from you doing something with somebody or doing something for somebody. Sometimes, and the good or bad only happening depending on your choices. If you choose to do something or not do something, you're making a choice. But you need to make the right choice. And the only way you're going to make the right choice out of some decisions in your life, you have to seek God. You're not going to know the answer. You're going to be totally lost and they ain't going to know what to do. But if you just turn that thing right there when you get to that point and say, I don't know what else I could do about it. Give it over to God right then and there and see that God will show up and show out every single time. Oh, yes, he will. There's no lacking and slacking in our Father God. Don't you let nobody tell you different. No. God don't gotta slack. God don't gotta procrastinate. He's God. He's in control of all things. all by himself. Period. No exceptions whatsoever possible that can rebuke what I just said. And I know one thing, at my age, I've come to learn that there are consequences behind my actions. Yes. And depending on if they're going to be good or bad for me, I got to make the right choice. And since I don't got a PhD of life, I'm going to seek God, our Father, to lead and guide me. Because some things you get yourself into, you just can't get right out of it. You just can't. And because you done that thing right now, the consequence is still going to be the consequence, regardless of what you think. After you done what you done and then go to daddy first, and now you got this and that going on. That's your fault. You wouldn't have to be bearing what you're bearing right now if you would have went to daddy and asked daddy about it, but you didn't do that. You better start. You better start knowing who to go to. You better start knowing that you need a relationship with God. Yeah, you better start. Now, this one right here, I don't know if you're going to understand it, but I hope you will. Don't be a get buyer. You're saying, what is a get buyer? Meaning, don't put off today what you can do for tomorrow. The opportunities that you have today may not be here tomorrow and may not return any other day. So always remember to TCB. That is a part of being organized. Take care of your personal business. Get yourself in the habit of taking care of you. And like I said, if you can't write everything down, talk to your personal assistant. Let that phone type for you. Let that phone, you open your email and compose an email and let that email, let your phone be your personal assistant, like I just said. You might as well. You might as well. We need those assistants. We need those things that can help us with our phone, with the computer, and how it can transcribe what you're saying, translate from different languages. It can do all of those things. Some phones, depending on if you got health issues, there's health programs where you can find out if your sugar is low, your blood pressure, yada, yada, yada. You feel me? So let your phone be your personal assistant, basically. Let it be your best friend. You hear what I'm saying? And this is another thing I want you to start doing. Now, this one only occurs to those who have went through life and have made it to this point in life to know that they have to do this. They have to. And that is be wise and move carefully. Yes! In this time, we got to be wise. We got to be observant. We got to be on the grind when it comes to us in our personal life, in our personal journey. Because ain't nobody going to jump inside us and do what's best for us. That's why it's our individual life's journey. God is in control. He gave it to you, and he's the only one that can see you out of it. Not yourself or anybody else. So you better learn as you go through this life. Move a little cautiously. Move a little slowly. Think twice about some things. Listen to your discerning spirit when it hits you in the gut and give you that little uneasy feeling about doing something. Pay attention. Pay attention. Listen to your body when it's telling you stuff. Sometimes your body talks to you and tell you you're doing too much. It needs to rest. Listen to it. I need you to do this last thing, and then I need you to act. I need you to look at your life right now, at this time, and see if there's anything that needs to be changed. Is there any person you may need to delete out of your life? Do you have a desire to do something? Ain't nothing to it but to do it. This means that if you are like me, and sometimes you got to do some things on your own, but alone by yourself, I don't care. You better do it. Don't you wait. Don't you procrastinate. If there's something you want to do with this life that God has given you every day, that should be a part of your POA. Doing what you want to do, regardless of another. In conclusion, hold on 1 minute. Give me some more water. Now, in conclusion, I watch a lot of TV, like I told you, so I watch a lot of Nigerian movies. So there was a quote at the end of the movie yesterday. The name of the movie was called Hijack 93. And the message was, holding your pockets with grief, loss, sadness, worries, guilt, regrets, and or your past is like filling your pockets with rocks and then go swimming and die by drowning. Now, the quote didn't mention nothing else but grief. But when I thought about grief, I began to think of a lot of things that people clutter their lives up with, that's weighing them down. So don't fill your pockets up. Pockets is your life. Don't fill your life up with a whole bunch of grief, a whole bunch of sadness, a whole bunch of worrying, a whole bunch of regrets, a whole bunch of guilt. Don't you do it. And don't you let nobody else do it to you. Stop them. Say, hold up. I ain't trying to be mean, but I'm being very firm right now. I got me. I don't need you. I got me. I don't need you. I don't know what makes somebody else think that somebody else always needs somebody else. Sometimes you just want to be left alone and do it on your own. You've been doing it on your own for so long, that's all you know how to do anyway. So you can't stop, won't stop. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. And you know me, I'm going to be on it. I'm going to be on it. You feel me? So all I'm going to do is be on it. And lastly, and more importantly than anything I can ever tell you, is you must be happy. It is very important for you to love yourself, because that's when your happiness kicks in. When you begin to be happy with your life, what your life is about, the direction your life is going, and what currently are you doing. All those things are important because you must love yourself. And you have to love yourself first. And if you love yourself first, you will do right by yourself before you do right by anybody else. And if you're going to do right by yourself, if you consider doing right by yourself, you must give yourself over to God. Until you do that, you're lying. I don't want to talk about it. It's over. Until you get ready to do what's right, you handle that. And you already know, don't forget the 3 things that Sister T always say. You thank God for another day of life, each day of life that He giveth thee. Number 2, you make sure you're getting that TLC morning and night. Get it in. And number 3, you take 1 hour out of each 24-hour a day just to do something that benefits only thyself and nobody else. Do it. Do it. You know, I don't know how long the podcast was. 34 minutes? Okay, it was 34 minutes. Out of the 34 minutes that I may have been on here, I hope and pray that somebody has received something that I helped them along the way. If that has happened, I've done my job. Another thing, I don't usually ask for this, but if I ever say anything to help you, to encourage you, or you agree with me, even if you don't, hit the like button. Share my videos. I will be very, very thankful. I will possess much, much gratitude and appreciation to you for doing that. You know what? Nobody owes nobody nothing. Nobody has to do nothing for anybody unless they choose to. And then if somebody is going to do something for somebody, they want to be appreciated for what they have done. And I just want to let you know, from the bottom and the depths of my heart, my soul, I would say thank you in advance for just willing and listening to me. So until the next tea time, on the same tea channel, we will be and meet again. And until then, may God bless you and your family members and keep all safe. Enjoy your day.